When bitten by a mosquito, stand up to the storm. A dimly lit laboratory at a university in Zurich. A female researcher lay face down on her desk, as if lost in a deep fog. Before her eyes was a mountain of papers piled up like a snowy mountain. 1,000 unread emails, and only 1 month left until the academic conference presentation.
I can't take it anymore. I can't escape this deadline hell.
A deep sigh echoed through the room. At that moment, a friend from the same lab burst into the room, excited as if returning from a victorious triumph.
I can't believe it. I passed the professional boxing license exam.
She turned around with a confused expression.
Professional boxer? When did that happen? You were exhausted from writing papers just yesterday.
He smiled quietly and began to speak.
I've been preparing for this for half a year. Getting up at 4 a.m. every day, 8 hours of intense training, fierce sparring, and brutal weight loss.
But what about the thesis deadline?
That's the strange part. Compared to the hellish boxing training, the thesis deadline feels as light as a feather.
Her eyes widened as if struck by lightning in the darkness.
Does a big challenge erase small worries?
He began to explain quietly.
Have you heard the saying, when a mosquito bites you, stand up to the storm?
I've never heard of it.
A big storm makes you forget a small itch. This is actually scientifically proven. A friend in medical school told me that for chronic mild pain, they prescribe intense exercise. Apparently, the intense stimulation makes it harder for the brain to receive the signals of the small pain.
She furrowed her brow.
But isn't that just running away?
It's not running away, it's changing the scale. To make the paper deadline a small problem, I set the big challenge of becoming a professional boxer.
She stood up.
Then I should also take on a big challenge. Actually, I've always wanted to become a professional musician since I was a child.
1 year later, she began speaking with an expression of accomplishment, as if she had returned from an expedition. Her fingers, honed by intensive practice, spoke of the harshness of her training.
12 hours of practice every day, visiting 100 live houses, songwriting. Every day was a survival battle.
Her friend was amazed.
You really did it. How did the thesis turn out?
Strangely enough, once I threw myself into music, the thesis started flowing smoothly. I finally finished it last month and received the highest evaluation at the conference. Before, a single thesis deadline felt like the end of the world, but now I think it's just a thesis.
She spoke calmly, like a philosopher who had attained enlightenment.
When you feel like you're being crushed by small worries, start a big challenge. If you get bitten by a mosquito, jump into a storm.